Good afternoon. Thank you for arranging this and letting me be a part of this. Before I start, I want to acknowledge the senior leadership participating here. And they have spent a significant amount of their time in advocacy, particularly under the umbrella of APPNA. Um, in APPNA, we have some limitations. How much advocacy we can do, and this is according to what the guideline is in any 501 organization. Historically, if I have to just go about what APPNA has done under the umbrella of advocacy, it will be difficult to mention everything what this organization has achieved. But I think the most important thing was what happened before September 11 and what happened after September 11. The advocacy before September 11 was pretty much okay, and there was few issues were brought here and there in reference to Pakistan, in reference to medical education, and in reference to students who were coming here, and if they were having any issues, and we were able to address it, but mostly that was a very soft work, and the advocacy was being done, but there was a lot of other Pakistan-related issue which was addressed and which was brought to the attention of lawmakers, and those were dealt. But after September 11, our advocacy was really tough, very hard, and that's what you realize that what this organization under the umbrella of APPNA would have achieved. After September 11, before September 11, if you look at the number of foreign graduates coming from Pakistan, we were second in number. Almost after India, Pakistan was the second in number of foreign graduates coming to United States and getting into the residency program, and that was a very smooth, easy transition. But after September 11, immediately our numbers dropped from second to almost fifth and sixth. The reason was that, first of all, people were not getting interviews. They were having trouble to get into residency programs. And if somehow, luckily, they were able to get into the residency program, they were not getting visa at time. They were not easy to go through the security clearances. And that's when I think Dr. Paraja is sitting here. He was the top bearer, and every advocacy chairman came with or after that the main role of this organization at that time was to go and educate the lawmakers, educate them what is happening and why it is important for the United States to have this flow of foreign graduates coming in. At the same time, how Pakistani graduates are being singled out, and they were given all the statistics that our number dropped from second to fifth and sixth. It was a painful process. It was a slow process. It was education to individual lawmakers. It was, and that's when, if you see the day on the hill started to happen, and then it was almost every year that we were going there. And then there was a commission in APPNA Advocacy Committee who were designated as the person of contact to the State Department. And I think in early years after September 11, we have about 40 to 50% success. And subsequently, this advocacy kept on happening every year, every month, and all the individual cases which were stopped in Pakistan because of security clearances, they were not getting visa in time, was brought to the attention of APPNA Advocacy Committee. And I think within last 1 to 2 years, every single person which was brought to the attention of APPNA was given security clearance at the time, and they were able to join the residency at the time. There was times when people were cleared, but they were not able to join residency at the time, and then they lost the spot. And that also led to the education of some of the program directors that why it is important that just wait for 1 to 2 months, but at least that I think that was the best thing which APPNA did in last several years after September 11, that we were able to achieve that. And now this issue has been completely resolved, I think. And I also want to mention that when I am talking about 100% graduates coming in, these were the graduates who were brought to our attention. But if someone is coming from Pakistan background and is going smoothly through all these processes, probably they were not even brought to our attention. So now I think we have moved up from fifth, almost now we're going to third, and I'm hoping to go back to what we used to do. I think that issue is more or less resolved now. Very rarely, sporadically, we get one or two cases. I think Shazad is sitting here. He's at least for 2 to 3 years contact person in the State Department. That any case which happens like that was brought to his attention, or Pracha Saab's attention, or the advocacy chair of that specific year was attention, or the chapter's president, because if there is a specific person who is having an issue, then that chapter can go and speak with the local congressman and try to speed it up. But I think with lobbying and advocacy, now State Department is very much educated. I think all of our physicians are getting here on time. I think we also brought this idea to the attention of State Department that if you have a visa applications and if those visa applications are mixed, so try to separate them and make a separate group for physicians, because that is a time limitation. So they should be given priority in compared to the other visa applicants who are coming for education or some other purposes. I think once this issue is resolved now, APPNA should play a role, which probably they did, that given a special priority to the physicians coming from out of the country, that they should be given a little quick process through security and give a special preferences so they can get visa on time. And I think there was a legislation also proposed, which will become a package of the big legislation, which will have all the foreign medical graduates to be treated as a little bit in a separate section. And now moving forward, I think there will be a lot of physician issues which can be what is happening in Medicare rates and what is happening in tort reforms where APPNA can contribute. I also want to mention that although everyone believes that API is bigger organization, they have more members, but I can assure you the advocacy department of APPNA and APPNA role is much better than API. And if we recall that I think 2014, when I think Dr. Murthy was nominated as Surgeon General, but he was not being confirmed because at that time Republican was in majority. And I think APPNA, if not bigger, but APPNA definitely played a small role on his original confirmation during Obama period. And I think the day he was confirmed, even at that day, he forced on us to meet him on breakfast because he knew that although API is a bigger, but APPNA has played more active role in advocacy, in particularly in physician community, that we should try to lobby. And I think he acknowledged this later, that we also played a little role convincing lawmakers to confirm his appointment. That was during Obama year. Then on a personal level, I think physician community has played a significant role. I'm from Kashmiri background, and I think not under the APPNA, but physician in APPNA has helped a lot what is happening in Kashmir. And Asif from California and us, we were able to have a special hearing on human rights in subcommittee on Washington, D.C., which was against India's wishes. We were able to have that hearing, and there are significant. And the good part was that out of 5 or 6 Indian origin congressmen, 3 of them were there, and they even supported what is happening on Kashmir and human rights. That was on an individual basis. I think community has grown bigger. We are very influential. In addition to, if you go and look at the community, that almost every masjid is run or sponsored by physicians. But I think we should also play now a little bit more role towards what is happening in Pakistan, not politically, but just generally. I think there was a time when Pakistan was even in a significantly in a issues that even lawmakers were trying to have sanctions against Pakistan's individually positioned community and our lobbying did help ease those tough times. So I think as a community we are very influential. Under APPNA we have some restrictions, we can't do a whole lot, but on a community basis we should gather and try to move on what is happening in Pakistan and try to go play a more role in advocacy as well as in law making, what affects local communities and what affects our communities at large. Thank you.